Good day guys, being here. Today we are going to try this. Okay. The question is about structure connections, but unfortunately I'm not very good at structure. We will have a try. We'll have a try. Okay, so let's start. So first we need to create a project. So in this project, I'm going to use a model in place mass. Okay, so first let's have a look. So we need to. Okay, so this is a screenshot I did. So basically, we need to find this pattern. So if you look at here, so it's a square shape. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then above here, so in the middle, so that's another point, and then connect all this, and then on the top there's a cross. Okay, so a cross. So we just need to create this pattern and then apply this onto a divided surface. Okay, so let's start. So first let's create a reference rectangle, draw on work plan onto ground floor. That's fine. So let's just do a shape. So if that's 2 meter by 2 meter, so maybe let's just make this 1, 2, 3, so 6 meter, and then on the other direction let's make it maybe 8. Okay, so select one of this. Let's make it 8, and this one will be 6. Okay, so now we can select the whole all this reference line, use create 4, and pick the one on the right. Select this surface, divided surface, and we can use number. So for number 3, 4, and that's all. That's it. So 2 meter by 2 meter pattern. So now the next step is we need a pattern-based family. So let's go to generic model, pattern-based. So first we need to, these are reference lines, so they are not visible. So let's create model lines. So connect 1 and 2, use a spline through points. Again 2 and 3, 3 and 4, and 4 and 1. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 model line. Then we need the point in the middle with offset. So point, draw on face, pick the midpoint of this midpoint. Select these two, create spline through points, make reference line, create another point, draw on face, place onto the midpoint, and then place another point, draw on work plan, set work plan, pick the horizontal, so tab, pick, and place the point. Click OK, select this point, drag this up, so that's offset. So the offset is a height for this, so we can just create, let's call it height h instance, and OK, and OK. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the distance between these adaptive points, or the dimension of the grids. Okay, so the grids to control the height. So when these sides are 2 meter by 2 meter, it can be maybe 1.5, and when they are smaller, so this height will be smaller. So let's do this dimension di. So first set work plan onto the work plan of this reference line, and then pick these 2 points. So this select this dimension. Oh, sorry, wrong one. And create a parameter. Let's call it RP1, an instance and a reporting parameter. Okay, so now we can go to family types and use H equals. We can use RP1. RP1. If we directly use RP1, I think it's a little bit too high. Okay, so let's just connect these points and see. So you can see this triangle is a little bit too sharp. So maybe we can just go back and then instead of use RP1, so divide by 1.5, something like that. Okay, so I think that's better. And then we can just connect all these the rest to a model line. Okay, so now this we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we still need the top, the cross, so this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So okay, so we can do this: point, draw on work plan, set work plan, pick the point and place onto the point, and click OK, and select it, drag it this way, and then we can place another one on the other side. Okay, so the same, and on the other side. And then we also need on the other direction, so tab, place, and place, and OK. So we can drag this point to the other direction that way, and then once again tab and place and OK, select the point and this way. Okay, so now we are going to use this reporting parameter to control these two, so they match. Actually, let me just I'm not really sure. Oh, we don't have that. Anyway, so I was thinking about use intersection, but it doesn't work this way. So anyway, so let's do this. So this one equals half of the reporting one. So let's give it a parameter. So let's call it half reporting. Okay, so because this is the positive, okay, positive number, so half reporting, and then this one will be negative half reporting. So negative reporting half. Oh, sorry, negative half reporting 1. Okay, so instance. Okay. So this one is positive. So let's create another reporting parameter. So di set work plan, pick pick this point and put this point, and create another one reporting rp2 instance reporting, and OK. So now this one equals half of the reporting 2. So let's create a new parameter. Let's call it half reporting 2. Okay, so instance, OK, and OK. And this one will be a negative half reporting 2. So negative half reporting 2. Okay, instance, OK, and OK. So now we just need to go to family types. So half reporting, half reporting 1. So let me just rename it half reporting 1. Okay, half reporting 1 equals reporting 1 divided by 2. And negative half reporting 1, so we can use the same parameter, so just add a negative in the front. Okay, so same, I'll just half reporting 2, I'll just control this but change 1 to 2, and then I'll just control C and control V and add a negative, and that's all. Apply. Okay, so now you will see all these points will match the grid size. So even if I change this one, so for example I'll change it to 2 meter by 2 meter, and it will scale accordingly. Okay, so that's perfect. And then we just need to connect all these points to finish that those model lines on the top. And also another thing before I load this one into the project is I want to, because this reference line is only used to find this point, we're going to change this one to not a reference, so we won't accidentally pick this reference line when we later place structure framing. So now we can load this one into here. So let's go to 3D view, and we can select this divided surface and then apply that family. So now you will see it will okay, so wrong direction, so we can go select this and go flip. Okay, so now that's it. So you can see all these model lines, they are model lines. So the next step is, so okay, so now here is the first method. So let me just finish this mass, and also hang on, let me just go back, and maybe let's just somehow try to change this one to not reference again. So, and let's finish mass. Not sure what that means, but so potentially won't be able to pick the whole, reference lines when we trying to create a structure framing. So the first method is we're going to use place structure framing onto those model lines. So you can go to structure, click on beam, and load family. So what I'm going to do is go to the Revit content folder. So usually you, sorry, where is it? Here. So okay, so go to structure framing. Okay, so I'm going to use some standard CHS steel. Maybe this one. Okay, so maybe I'll use maybe this one. Okay, so and also use pick line. Also you tick this 3D snapping, and also change this one to center. So it will, when we pick this model line, it will place these tubes. Okay, so and let's it will still pick the whole thing. Doesn't work. So I mean, when I try to uncheck, change the reference line not a reference line, we can still pick the edge. It's probably the surface, not the reference line, but we can tab. You can tab multiple times until you find this individual edge, and then place this one. Otherwise, you will create a one element. But if that's okay, that's fine. But yeah, but if you need, in reality, you probably need to create individual one, and then create some structure connection. Okay, so this is it. So it's a lot manual work, not ideal. But if you need to use structure framing, I think you have to use structure. Oh, sorry. If you need to use structure connection, you have to use structure framing. Okay, so I'll just stop here, and I'll just quickly touch on this connection because I've said I'm not very good at structure connection. The only thing I know about connection is we need to go to structure tab and then load all these connection type or connection group or available connections. Shift select all, add into here. So and click OK. So once you've done that, you can select some of the structure framing and then go to structure and click on this connection. So this will create a connection for you, and then you go back here to list to pick one of the connection. And also once you've done that, you still need to change this one to fine, and you'll be able to see them. And this is all I know. Okay, so and then you can probably go to edit type and go here, modify parameters to change the shape, change the size, change the setting, change the spacing, change all these things. But because I'm not a structure engineer or draft person, so I'm not very familiar about this. Yeah, that's all I know. And also, I think you can do them manually. So for example, you can go to Steel tab and then for example, you create a plate, but you probably need to set work plan. Okay, so you're not very sure about how you set work plan. Probably you need to go to plan view. So let's change this one to median. So and then you should be able to pick a plan. So yeah, so you can pick a plan of this framing. So for example, I'm just going to pick this one and go back to 3D view. I'll go just click on this one too. I can see where the work plan is, or I picked this one. So imagine, yeah, it's quite hard. It's quite hard. So because you probably want to apply it in this plane instead of a vertical. But anyway, so that's all I know. Okay, so yeah, you can just then draw a shape, that's a plate, a metal plate, and then you can even place bolts, or yeah, that's that's all I know. Okay, so if any of you are good at structure, so please, I want to know a little bit more, because I quite like structure stuff. Okay, that's all the structure method. So basically, we can use this these model lines to create a skeleton of this, and then use pick line to create this framing. And also, actually, because this is quite simple, you can probably use without this one, you can probably also create them as well. I don't think it's hard, but if I'll just quickly hang on, let me just quickly what if this is not a flat surface? So if I go to ground floor, I'm going to just draw a reference plane here, and then I'll just do a model in place mass. Okay, and then I'll just use set work plane and pick this. So I'm going to just do a arc. So let me just reference line, do something like this arc instead of a straight line. And then with this one, I'll just create a form. Okay, so go to 3D view. So this is something we have 8 meter. Okay, something like that. So if I divide the surface, once again, I'll just change this one to 3 with 4, not 104. Okay, so other directions of 4 and 3. So I just want to see what will happen with this. Okay, so if I use this one, okay, so yeah, it looks like it's not. Yeah, we're breaking the middle. Not sure. Anyway, not sure about how to fix this. Think probably yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so let's just I'll delete this. Let me just do the other method. Okay, so the other one is, I'm going to copy this one here so it's easier. I'll just leave it here. So the other method is we can just create, and also I'll quickly, because we don't need this actually. So in here you can see there's no extra, one. So basically, because it's all placed manually, so it's very easy. You just don't place that. Okay. So the other method is we're going to just directly place all these tube inside of this pattern-based family. So to do that, it's easier to just create. So instead of draw 2 profile on each model line, which means we need to do 24 of them. So we can just use generic model adaptive. So we only need to do it once. Okay, so in this adaptive adaptive family, we need 2 adaptive points. Create a splice through them, and use a reference, make them a reference line. And then once again, place a point, use draw on face on here, reference circle, and draw on work plane, set work plane, pick this point, create a circle. So I'm going to just make it 50. So if you want to change the size, or you can create a dimension and create a parameter, but for this exercise I'll just use 50. So CC, copy them, and pick the point, pick new host, and select these 2 posts, 2 profile, and create a form. That's all. we just need to move this point to one end, move the point to the other end. That's all we need. Now we can load this one into that family, that pattern-based family, and then we can just place. So to easily pick the end point of this, so you don't need to try to pick that point, you do SE, snap endpoint, click SE, tab, SE, 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 SE, tab. Oh, sorry, this one's wrong. Create component SE, SE, tab. Okay, SE, SE, tab, SE. So for this one, you need to tab twice. So one, tab twice. SE, SE, tab, tab, SE, SE, tab, tab, SE, SE, tab. Okay, so that's all we need. And also, okay, so, and also because we're going to, if we load this one directly, oh hell, where am I? Sorry, let me just close the windows. Okay, so if we load this one directly into here, you will see overwrite. You will see all. And that's fine. So you can see all here. We don't need these, but we won't be able to delete them. DE, we can't delete. We can probably hide EH, but it's only for this view. It's still there. So what we need to do is need to go back to in the family. We're going to create some parameters, visibility parameters. So select this one and go edit. Oh, it's not edit, sorry. Click on this little box and create a visibility parameter. So let's call it 1. So this one can be 2. And this one 3. Oops, 3. And this one is 4. Create 4 instance and okay. So that's all we need. And also before we load this one, I want to, so there are still model lines behind it. So let's just select everything here, filter, check none, and then check all the line, this one. So these are all the model lines. So we need them, but we don't want to see them. So we can uncheck the visibility. So now load this one into the project and overwrite. So now we remember you won't be able to control, so you can see you won't be able, it's gray out. You need to go inside this family and then try to select one of them. So now you can see you can control them. So let's try. So check, this is this one, no, not that one, this one. Actually it's not, it's all gray out. Yeah, not sure which one's which. Anyway, so let's try this one. Maybe try number 2. Yeah, so this one's number 2. So which means this one, number 2 is correct. Let's try number 3. Yeah, so this is number 3. So we can we can then select this one. Try to tab. Okay, these two, we need to hide number 3. So I think this one will be number 4, and 4. Let's uncheck number 4. Okay, so and then this one will be 1. This one, 1, 2, 3. These are number 1, and then this one will be number 2 as well. So now if I click finish, okay, so that's all. Hell, so something's not right. So here, so what's this one? Let's check this one. This one's number 3, so this one needs to be number 3 as well. So go back to here and check on number 3. Uncheck number 3. Finish. So looks like we still have some issue with this model line. So let's go back again. So let's see what's going on. So let's select everything here. So I think I've already unchecked those things. Let's just check them. Oh, looks like I forgot to untick this box. So let's untick this box. Now load this back in. So overwrite, and then this should hide all these model lines. So now that's a clean model. I think that's it. Yeah, of course. Use this method, you won't be able to unless you model those connections in here by yourself. So just manually model, but no, I don't think this is for this, because math is more for conceptual, model. So probably that's it. But if you really need to all the connections, probably spend some time, just look into this the structure tab, and you probably can figure out how to do that. Okay, so and when you know how to do it, please let me know, please teach me. And that's all. Okay, so today we talked about structure like this, and we used the same basic pattern based, and then what we tried to place structure framing onto model lines, and the other method is just we use a pattern based family to just create this thing. So if you have any questions, or if you know how to do this, if you know how to do this, please let me know. So I'd like to know a little bit more about structure in Revit. Okay, so thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.